We met already at the autumn meeting in December in Poland, in Warsaw. And we are holding our winter meeting 2.5 months later. So it will be a quite short report, but over the last months, there has been a great deal of discussions among OSCE PA members on how to handle the winter meeting, and more particular, whether our long-standing commitment to parliamentarian dialogue warrants any form of engagement with the Russian delegation or without preconditions. Now that our session have concluded, I can affirm that our winter meeting again demonstrated our united resolve to support the people of Ukraine in the face of such unprecedented, unprovoked, and unjustified war. And I would also like to inform you that when I was out after the end of our winter meeting, I met with some representatives from the governmental side, and they told me that I should send their best regards to the whole assembly, because they thought that the assembly was performed in the most adequate way, and I appreciated the dialogue we have had here and all the remarks that were done. The situation OSCE PA finds itself in requires a vigorous debate, part of which took place in Warsaw when the Standing Committee considered to propose introduction of suspension mechanism. At that time, our discussions underlined the need for additional consultations for consensus to emerge. As part of this process, I have therefore reviewed the membership of the subcommittee on the rules of procedure with the view of carrying on with these deliberations within the framework of our existing rules to formulate a new proposal. As we have seen over the past 2 days, there can be no dialogue with the Russian Federation. The past years has demonstrated Russia's blatant disregard for the Helsinki principles and international law, which form the basis for our organization. Yet, as members of OSCE Parliamentarian Assembly, it is our mission to defend the role of OSCE. Today, and especially in the light of its unique membership, dialogue is the OSCE's strongest assets. If we close the door to dialogue, we should also question our commitment to OSCE. If dialogue was thought possible at the height of Cold War, it can be possible, if not today, tomorrow. Our winter meeting has been the opportunity for an overwhelming majority of our members to openly and vigorously confront the Russian delegation for their country's unjustified and unjustifiable war and crimes in Ukraine, and their own role in aiding and abetting them. And this has been particularly important for most members of OSCE PA today, when it's the 24th of February, when the illegal war started. This has complemented the actions taken by our governments during the OSCE Ministerial Council meeting in Lodz, during which I had the opportunity to exchange with several foreign ministers on the work of the OSCE PA. My latest address to the OSCE Permanent Council last month also provided an opportunity to exchange thoughts on how to further reinforce synergies with the executive structures of the OSCE, in line with the vision paper I presented the Bureau in Warsaw. The OSCE PA relevance and impact largely depends on the active engagement of our delegations in our work. And I welcome the opportunity for fruitful exchange with our German colleagues in Berlin in December, including with various political fractions. Our discussions have understood the need for continued multilateral engagement to contribute to ending the war waged by the Russian Federation on Ukraine. I look forward to listening to your thoughts and ideas in the run-up to our annual session in Vancouver. I will also continue to regularly exchange with interlocutors visiting Stockholm, as has recently been the case with the Ukrainian civil society representatives, the president of the Moldovan parliament, as well as representatives from UNDP and UN active in Ukraine. Evidently, there is a great desire within the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly to support Ukraine the best we can in this struggle for its independence, its sovereignty within its internationally recognized borders and the dignity of its people. But in order to be efficient, we must be realistic about what our Parliamentary Assembly can achieve. Multiple avenues of engagement have been identified in the Ukrainian Action Plan developed in cooperation with Secretary General and me, which has been shared with you prior to our winter meeting, and we did also share it at the press conference yesterday, and which should drive our political actions. Nevertheless, we must remain aware of all the challenges dealt by the OSCE in all three dimensions of security. Also, the war in Ukraine is on top of our political agenda. We should maintain focus on other conflicts in our region and other areas of instability. For instance, the Taliban have taken over Afghanistan and the impact this have on security in our region and most in the neighboring countries. But the recent devastating earthquake in Turkey and Syria also are also a somber reminder that major crises can arise unexpectedly, as well as in the Lahid area between Armenia and Azerbaijan. I am grateful for the collegial work of our Bureau in recent months, which has continued to provide political direction and determine priorities. Regular consultations with the International Secretariat have also ensured a high degree of coordination in preparation for this winter meeting. And now I am ready to answer your questions, and thank you for listening.